Hey, beautiful souls. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are in this realm. Um, this is, I've pulled a few cards, few tarot cards and a unicorn card for the month of October. And I'm also going to bring through light language transmission for this month for what is arising within the human consciousness this month. Because even though we are individually looking within and dealing with our own situations and issues, it sort of is reflected around the entire realm according to where they are in that lesson. So in various degrees. Shuya takambo utestiki konganjet se sika nakapa techet sakamaka. Izutayachaka asiata. So we're sort of taking a temperature of the planet, of the consciousness on the planet. Ijukandia tu sho sakatia naka. Izikiti yambaka tershtiko unge sibi itikinia kukatriachaka. And yes, you are all still doing very well, even though it doesn't look like it in many different instances. Ijukatia diakongambandi sekika nakaya chutsuka angiatsa. Izitish tukanayakama. Idriashe kukia kumbute siakanakiakaka. And always a reminder to drop into the heart, that the answers you seek will come from there and not from the rational mind, the left brain, as it has been described. And I understand, Joe, understands that I am a funny combination of intellectual and holy roller, as it was described to me. I'm like one of those holy rollers that get out there with the holy book and proclaiming this and all that. So there's a very deep spiritual, passionate part to me around this journey, but there's also an intellectual part of me, and that intellectual part was developed as part of my survival mechanism as a little kid, because being an intellectual was considered a good thing. That is what we discussed, intellectual concepts at the dinner table, what was happening in politics, what was happening in current affairs. And I somehow got that idea that it was necessary to be an intellectual to get on. So I have struggled a lot in my life with dropping into my heart, with following the heart. And it really is sort of a tussle. And I can understand that if you've been a rational being or a realist all of your life, and you are now on this inner journey of looking within, looking to self, to your heart for direction, to your soul for direction, there's a bit of an arm wrestle going on. So just keep surrendering and dropping in. Ishtuki kumbukayen dakatse kikunge eti yangangang bandeer takayen nakikanganda. Hindea daka. So take a deep breath. It's okay wherever you are. Just observe it and say, okay, how can I move forward from here? Ishutali bokundia shikandia tikomba asia tia zika angangangandia baka. Kia kokomba utea dia jakangia zaka akakakakakakakakakakakakakaka. Ejutia shikambo utaresha saka ambaket pirishe nutia kama. India shtuka yashe shusha baku utaka atsea dikange te sukataria chikanaka. Izetushiana kumoko tarea shia tsikikanga. Ezutayash takumba atish tekenia kapa atiach teke endaka. Hayambu yande angi andambande ande onga. Hayangiende andu beangi andande ande noyambu. Ishe zekandi atekama. Hute dikikana. Asia ba atushtakaniatsa. It's so long since I've done a light language transmission that there are lots of beings all lined up who wish to transmit a code and a frequency that will be of benefit to their brothers and sisters who are watching. Azia dia dia kungaya chatsa ya taria shako ungiet saka umbu trish tekaneme kawabatia teti kambanda e otaria chaka se sil bututoria she ashashoshim buturia saka ungiet se susa. And take a breath. Ishu she zi angam bande ashiatsa kama edure shiatsa endeaka endeaka umbaya tuji janya. Iandayombo tekikana esi azusha she esia kumba aka. So it's asking, they are asking you to hang in there, to keep trusting the deeper aspect of yourself. Keep trusting that you are on track. Just keep seeing the outcome that you would like, even if you're not sure how to get there. Esusia bakandiataka, hand it over to that higher aspect, hand it over to God, if you will. Let go, let God. Ijushashia zikimbitikiniatsaka. And the energies have been pretty intense for me in the last couple of weeks. Old energies arising, old stuff, not from this realm, not from this lifetime for me anyway. Because we're actually healing, rolling it up, finishing many different loose ends this lifetime. Because this environment of high emotion, and where the emotion is very easily accessible, makes this the most perfect environment to revisit old energies, old emotions connected to those energies, in order to turn and face them and feel them and breathe them and let them go. And this is a crucible here. This is, we're all being fired in that crucible. And so therefore huge changes are happening here that wouldn't necessarily take place in other realms because of the immediacy of the emotions. Jukatia. And as I've said before, the language of God, the language of the void of point zero is emotion. It is the feelings that we have in relation to experiences. And that is what is stored in our book of life, I suppose. We would normally pull an encyclopedia off the bookshelf and read through somebody's biography. And with the words, we get an understanding of their journey or that information. And what's happening, what really is the language, not written language or verbal language, it is the language of feelings and emotions. And so the book that you would pull off a library shelf in other realms would be that you would open it and be able to feel the emotions that are integral to those experiences. And that's the knowledge that you incorporate. Ijuta And you know this at a deep level. Ishukamba atia kia koka chatsoko umbutoshtashayana. Iendaku ishtea su etio shoshambu utakania. Izietia shtuko aka mbu utayashiasha sakama. Ambakatia shtea su etiana. Inge kuke ashtuzea ati. Ati ashlushtakumuya nanarkikambanda. Ezi akambu ushtea siataka. And take a deep breath. All right, so let's do a bit of a shuffle of the Rider-Waite cards, and I'll just pull out 3 for the month of October for you. Asi kuyambakatia stushtezi ekautariashtustana. Asi okotariashia tsukumbo utoshtenea. Hambatia stushtezi kanga ezutayana. Ezutaya shuje bukundaria shia sia kumuya nini anakia. Hayalelele kutoria shia shatsuku utia. Hayetia sakamaka. And breathe. Uyambendande yakuyambienu. Hayendayange neumbu eziendamba. Enayonge andande nande oyambutea. Ende asuyanda rekikende umbu. Asi atushtaka. And breathe. Again, it's going to be okay. Ujiata si kanaka. Ezutea shashya. And for those that feel and are particularly pushed, there is a breather coming, a break coming for you guys. And it will appear in different forms, but you will feel and have a breathing space from those intense pressures in whatever form they're taking. Ikange se sushtakumo. Ashia zeki kangambandia she seka ati sena. Ingi kukaba atia. Equalele upuku tereshia sianda kamakiatsa. Ikukadaria she sekanga etsi zebi itena. Ubakaya chetsi kayanga kambaka kaya kakapo eayanaka. Kea koya kakaya nakaya tea ka akia tiatana. Ki kukui ni mbandea iwalali kuki ze etashteana. Ikeke ba akukaya ti dedidingembenda. And breathe. And breathe. Shumbu endi ende ambu ende ande ishiumbuta e angi ende umbu ende ange ambu ayangi ende uyambu ete ange isenakotaya. Shedi gungambatea zi eti aka etuchtaya nakama. So they're acknowledging the intensity in these recent weeks, and acknowledging the intensity that I've been through too. And it's why the breath, it's the breath is there to go, whew, we're going to get a little bit of a breather fairly soon. Ijutakiatsesishana. Shilbutoshtesi ikikambanda eziata sheshushashiana embiaka. Okay, let's get on to this. All right, so I'm just going to pull 3 Rider-Waites and one of the unicorns. Ite suka. Here we go. Ashushizikumbote shietsakumbotoreshata. Oyandakiatsa. Site kukietse chukumbote ashtiasiandakiata. Akotariashiat sakamaki. Ezutesha. Ezutesha ambakia. Okay, and one of the unicorn cards. Okay, it's very interesting. All right, the unicorn card is the decision card, decide. So listen within and see if you can make a decision based on how you feel about it and not so much about what you think about it. This is a way to practice linking into your heart direction, your soul's guidance. So just think about little things. Do you want to eat out tonight, or do you want to cook inside your home? Do you want to take a ferry ride? See, I'm in Sydney, being prompted by what's outside my window. Do you want to take a ferry ride, or do you want to drive to your destination? When you are thinking about the two different paths, how do you feel? What is the part of you within your deep being feel about that direction or that direction? Now, everything might say to you, look, it's raining. You want to drive in your car, not get on the ferry. But how do you know what is on the ferry? There may be that you meet somebody, or that something happens that is uplifting or of benefit, or maybe just being on the ocean is uplifting or joyful, no matter what the weather. So this is how you begin the decision process, coming from a deeper aspect of you. Often, as I've said before, the decision from the mind, the decision from your brain, from your rational aspect is hooked in and tied in to your survival or to your fitting in. Whether you realize it or not, there's a very subtle influence in those areas on many, many decisions and choices. So if you start with little things, if you start with not life and death decisions, you will begin to hone that skill of following the deeper aspect of you. Ijukambaki ketsiatsuku utishina, izekikana, asiketoreshietekumba, hietushena, ietushena numuietakiana, izetuko yetostasi eti ambakotaria ikanakia. Okay, so the first Rider-Waite is the Hanged Man. And this decision situation is sort of holding you up. This inability to choose what it is you really want is sort of holding you in a no movement place. So it's not that this is a bad place. This is often a pause. This is often renewal, restoring your energy, etc. But in this moment of not feeling like you're moving forward, start that practice of deciding through your heart center, through your deeper aspect, rather than through your logical mind. And it will help you begin to move forward. It will help the wheels begin to turn again. So the second one is that for October, there's a call to find more love for self. yet again, that you will move in the direction that you want with love more than you would with beating yourself up. This is about self-love. This is about being kind to yourself. So there's an urging this October to look with kinder eyes, not only upon yourself, I suppose, but upon others, because we can't understand their journey. If we are not walking in their shoes, we cannot understand the depth of what they're going through. So always give people, if you can, the benefit of the doubt and act with kindness, first instance, as best you can. Ijutia bukundaki, hite juta, hite shukumbu uteshtia siatakama, ige kungiatsa, ize tushte zikingenbe, ishte shushanaka, ijutaresh kumbu utashtezi ingiatsa makietse, ije tushta, ize tushta kumbu utashtiashta kanyatsa. Okay. Last card for October is, this is pulling something out of nothing. This card comes up a lot because it is that you, me, we all can't, it's not the words not rely upon, but this, what's in front of us in reality isn't necessarily the way to go. This might be what somebody tells you, or somebody that you admire tells you. Well, this is even me. This might be what somebody says that this is so. And this card is about asking for guidance and clarity from within. It's about if you check in, you may have a totally different idea about what's happening in the world, about where we're going in the world. And I would absolutely encourage you. So when you start developing this deeper knowingness, this deeper connection to your soul and to the God within, you will begin to make clearer choices and gain clearer guidance for what is in the world for you. What is your step? What is your direction? What beliefs and ideas determine your choices in life or your direction in life? Ijutia kumbu uti shesha, shabumbu kia shesha zakingong bande siatia kama, siatia kuya tia kange si etishana. And breathe. Esi kamba. Eshu shiet sakamba ati sesi. Inge sakamba atiata. Ezute eshu shiasa. Inge kamakoka atia. All right. So I don't feel any more light language coming up. I think we are okay for this video. So lots of love to you, everybody. Breathe that love in and out of your heart space. And then breathe that love throughout every cell in your body. It really is all about frequency, and the frequency you live in moment by moment, day by day. Ishtuka esi embiatakana etushtayanaka idetuka esutena yabuko uteasha etukanaya. Bye everybody.